that's always gonna try to, make sure that the things that we doing is correct. Because I'm gonna hold you accountable with what you tell me as your friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't have them friends that's around me that be like, all right, nigga, you wild out around me. I'm like, yeah, I know this is all good. What's up? But you told me that you was. Didn't you say she just cooked like every day last week? Like, I'm really that dude. Who gonna say that? Like, didn't you tell me she cooked? Troy cooked every day last week.
That's me.
Every day? You said she cooked every day? Cause bro, let me tell you something. I ate out twice last week. I cooked once and then had leftovers the other 2 days. So you not about to. That's not what you gonna do to me. I'm just not that friend, and my friends will tell you that. You know what I mean? So I get it. I understand both sides because sometimes it's like you got a good girl, but sexually it's just like she not wild enough, right? So what you ain't doing to unlock that, right?
Is that up to you to unlock it though?
Yeah, it is. Cause I gotta get the comfort level. I set that. I set the tone on that. I set the tone on how comfortable you are with me. You know what I'm saying? And let me get it. Let me be honest. It's to a point. Like I've been the person who could set you up to me, and you could do anything, but you're not willing to add nobody to our situation. You don't want to say, yo, I was thinking about eating some pussy, so I was gonna have to fuck with you too. You might not be willing to do that, and I respect that, cause you know what I mean. You try to get me all the way open, and you say, yeah, I was thinking that, yo, I got a homeboy who come in here and fuck, and I'm like, nigga, you got a homeboy who come in and fuck, he fucking you. Y'all had that on, that's y'all situation. So you gotta understand, there's a thin line between all of this shit. But having your woman comfortable enough to be able to open up with you, nigga, that's a whole nother level, nigga. And you don't get that with every woman. And you don't get that with every woman because you don't get every woman.
You say word.
Word.
We don't do that down here.
Like, you know what I mean?
Get used to it.
So I don't say that on no, I ain't trying, I'm being honest, man. I'm not trying to, like, I'm just being for real. Like, it's shit that you be missing in your own relationships. I have fucked up my own personal relationships, man. I could really talk about a young lady right now that I know I fucked up with because I just didn't hear what she was saying. You know what I'm saying? And I done been in relationships that where shit was going on all around me. I was like, no, not my girl.
You're rolling with it.
I've been on both
here
ends
for
of the
it.
spectrum. Like I'm damn
my
near
face.
50
Egg
years
all
old,
on my
nigga.
face.
I get it. So that's why when we talk about these things, like, yo, I can have a conversation honestly. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's some things that a nigga could tell you that, like, one nigga might have been like, if he would have just told me how he felt about this, that, there, and the third, we would have went a lot farther. And I would have been a lot opener.
But
And
a
what
lot of
niggas,
guys are not there, is not willing to open up.
do you want that pussy to get wet? Yes or no? Yes or no? You want that pussy to be
All
wet.
day.
What is possible?
Every day. That's all time.
You think that pussy just get wet because you pull your dick out and she like you, nigga? Like, that's the beginning stage. You feel me? Like that, like, but what you gonna say to keep that motherfucker, like, yo, that, you know what I mean? Where all of a sudden you looking in this, you know what I mean? Yo, you flooding out. You can't just get, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be honest. When a chick really flooding out for you, and you know when she flooding out, I ain't just talking about squirting, because some people, y'all be getting peed on, for real. But, like just be flooding out, it's because of like, what was that? It was a thing I listened to back in the day. Sweet Love. It was Wu-Tang. And it said, I think it was Method Man. He had a skit that said, in order to get the chicks, man, you just can't get her body, but you got to get her mind.
Facts.
Sweet Love was the name of the song. And that always stuck with me because it was like,
I know what song
you don't understand it till you understand it. Like when you get a chick that's really, like, she's
I'd rather a man mind fuck me. Like, once you stimulate this, like, I like intelligent men. So once you, like, it's stimulate my mind.
I read books.
What? Green eggs in hand.
Wow.
That's my favorite book of all time.
Wow.
No, wait. No,
a
you know I want to get into that.
Now wait a minute.
If I call Queen right now and she asks you and asks her, Mom, what book did I love to hear my bedtime story the most? She would tell you Green Eggs and Ham. I love that book to this day. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just because.
So you rhyme well.
I mean, I had bars. You know what I mean? I could show you a few of them, but I don't want to do that to you. But I'm just saying, like, it's
Monkey bars.
I got monkey bars too. Like whatever the situation calls for, I got. No, but I just say that because like you right. Like you have to be able to tap into a person mentally. That's when you really know you fuck with people. Like I don't know about y'all, but when I really like somebody, I like somebody because of how they think. Now,
That's me.
this be amazing. But when this comes with the shit with this, man, I'm here. Cause on some
I like
real,
the mental fuck. Like once you get me here,
you got me. Yeah.
Ignorance, dumb.
So let me ask you this.
I'm already
Come on, Shaw,
the
give it to
highway
him.
on
Give it to him.
75, I'm going.
So let me ask you this. Initially, if you're not sexual or physically attracted to somebody, but they have the intellect,
That was
will
my
you give them
ex-husband.
the space
That was my ex.
to bring
And you gave him
to
10
come
years.
into that front door?
Because say for instance, like my ex-husband, the physical attraction wasn't there, but mentally very smart. Very smart. So our conversations, like we will talk for hours and not just about his friends. Like I kind of hate talking about
People.
what our friends. I don't want to know nothing about what they doing. I don't want to know. It's like just regular life shit.
Yeah.
Like just
How you
endless
do shit.
Yeah.
Man, come
It's
on,
like,
man.
that stuff got me. Like, I hate sitting down with, like, say, like, my man or something. They're like, oh, you want to know what Sammy did? I don't give a fuck what Sammy did fucking yesterday or today. I don't give a fuck what your mama, who they fuck, who they sucking. I don't care. Like, that is not
Small
part of
talk.
my... I don't
Small
care. I don't care.
What
But,
about
like,
you?
the regular conversation gets me. Like, some that, like, especially if I can learn from you, or if we can learn from each other, that...
And that's the reason why a lot of people can't keep their girl. I got to switch it up. They don't have men that they can learn from. They don't. Like y'all got people that y'all cool with and you're physically attracted to,
and
but
then
it's
I
nothing
like
you can
men-
learn from them.
And then I like men that is willing to actually learn from the person that they're with too.
Yeah,
Some
you
people-
supposed to.
Some people don't want to take any kind of insight from a woman, like a man per se.
Why
Whatever,
though?
But it's like there's some things that you might not know that I know, and it's stuff that I don't know that you. We gotta bounce this off each other. And if you're willing to learn from me, that is also key to me.
You agree?
I do.
I feel you. That's
Like,
good
you know,
though.
it's
That's
like
good
a,
that
you know,
like.
willing
But
to
I
take
don't
and
think
give
we have
each
enough
other.
conversation about that. Like women will forever say that I need a man that I can learn from. But what you trying to learn? Cause I can teach you this sex shit.
But it's not always
But-
sex. Sometimes it's
But hold on,
so
wait,
much
wait,
stuff in
wait,
life,
sister, give me a chance.
Simmer down now.
Yeah, I can teach you the sex shit, but that ain't even the type of time you want. You know what I'm saying? So
teach you
like
some
the thing, teach who? I mean, I'm a very learnable nigga. But all I'm saying, only reason I say it the way I say it is because like sometimes we be looking for people to teach us about stuff that we not looking to learn. Yeah, it's okay. We can go here and do this, that, there, and the third. But I thought you knew a little more about finance, and I want to go do this on a balcony somewhere, just me and you. She was cool, but that was like you feel me? We don't have them conversations, and and this point in day and age, you gotta have them type of conversations, and that's a problem because we don't have those conversations. Like the stuff
Do you
that
think that's more catered to our age range, or just in general?
I think that's a generational thing.
We weren't thinking.
No,
like
I think
this
it's
at
generational.
22,
I think it's a
25.
It's
generational
all
thing.
about it's
Right?
I want to say I was. Like, it all depends on the person. Like, some people, like, even when I was younger, I always was focused on older people. Like, I never
Why?
want to date nobody my age because I feel like they didn't know enough. Like, they couldn't teach me anything.
But for
And
me,
it's
when
like
I
they
was
just
younger-
so simple-minded and just want to run the streets or whatever. I was always into older men.
But I
Like,
would have heard
never
daddy
failed.
issues when I was young.
Negative.
I'm not saying that that's the problem. I'm telling you what I would have heard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not what everything you just said. I
had
respect.
far from daddy issue. My daddy.
Yeah,
was
your daddy. You just
amazing.
told us earlier your daddy was the man.
Yeah, your dude, your
My daddy
parents-
was-
But you understand what I'm saying? Like, for what? Like,
But why? Why would you have heard that?
because that's what I was taught. You only gonna understand the things that you've been taught.
And then
And
too,
when I'm-
like, I don't know if it's because like my dad, like say like with my dad, like I went a lot of places with him. So I want to say I was always around older people, and then like even though sometimes they like put kids in kids' place, and you go sit somewhere else or go somewhere.
That
Like
was
You was
I
right
would-
there with the
That was
people.
us.
I would just
Yeah.
take in, like I wouldn't engage, but just taking in everything.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes the conversation is like it intrigued me. So it's like now when I get around people my age, I'm just like, what the fuck y'all talking about? Like y'all don't know. It's like,
And I
y'all
get
know
that.
nothing,
I don't
but
want
y'all
to
know.
discredit what sister is saying. I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I also understand the kid, the young man in me that was growing up when all of a sudden you would have said that and I would have completely misinterpreted it as you got daddy issues. Even though your daddy was there the whole time, you still want, nigga, you looking for a new daddy. You know what I'm saying? Well, and I'm not even saying there's nothing wrong with that because your daddy probably treated you like a princess and a queen. And that's what you expecting. And for me, as I'm looking at it, I'm saying, well, why everything revolve around your pops? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? It's just how you were taught, how you brought into them situations. So I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm just saying that I can understand how it could be misinterpreted from the other side. You know, from what you told me about your pops was stand up. He's that guy.
Very much so. Can't take
Like
that away.
I'm only known you a few hours, but he was that guy. But listening to it as a YN, I can see how I'd have looked at it like YN. I got to use these terms, bro. YN, YTs. Yeah, you gotta.
You
I
losing
just
me,
got
bro.
on the wire. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is
You
YN?
YN.
losing me
And I
with
was
this
like,
YN.
Yeah.
You losing.
That's why shit. I'm not outside no more. I'm still outside.
I'm
Oh
not
my God,
outside.
I can't.
But I'm just saying, like, when you look at certain things, you got to understand from the point of view and the perspective that people are hearing it and receiving it. So that's the only thing I'm saying. Like, I get it, though. You know what I mean? Like, I was in a situation where I'd be around old folks and you can get out old folks' business. But old folks' business was what I was learning from.
But that's the thing, like for majority of my childhood, that's what it was. With my dad, it's like, oh, because I guess I was one of them kids that saw shit but didn't say nothing. So just like everybody's like, oh, she come with me. Like, so I just absorb, but it's like I was around so much at a young age that it's like,
Right.
I don't, like now when I get around my people, it's like, God disgusts me. It's like, seriously?
You said disgust you.
Yeah.
I feel you, though.
I'm quick to be like, ugh.
I feel you.
Yeah, I don't like surface level stuff
I'm
either.
just like,
Yeah, surface level
Absolutely
stuff
fucking
does
nuts.
bother me. It
Why,
does
though?
bother me.
Why?
But I guess because I look for a little bit more depth. Like
Why?
we can start with the surface level stuff, but for me to continue to be engaged, I need something a little deeper.
Why?
That's just where I am in my life.
I agree. I
And-
agree.
and-
But the only reason I say why, Sean, the only reason I say why, what do you expect these people to give you?
more.
No, I don't expect
where you're
more
going
from
with
people.
it.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know you do. Go
Know
ahead.
your
bro.
audience. That's where you're going with
Right.
it. Know your audience, right? So for me, I'm also the type of person that I want to push my audience. Like you teach people. For me, even with the show and all of that shit, we give stuff that people that don't normally say, oh, I didn't know that was happening. I didn't know that was happening. You know what I'm saying? So even if you're a surface type person, let me give you something that you be like, damn, I didn't know that was happening. Let me go look that up. You know what I mean? So when I am face to face with somebody and they with the surface shit, and I'm like, hey, did you know Tuskegee Airmen was a real thing? Did you know that the syphilis joint at Tuskegee was a real thing? And people are like, what you talking about? I said, yeah, go here, boom, look that up. You know, that's for real.
Yeah.
And they be like, damn, I didn't know this happened for real. So for me, it's like, when you stay on the surface, like, oh, T.I. got the arguing with Boosie and this and that. And I was just like,
Let me ask you a question, Sean. And it's a question I really already know the answer to. As a teacher, because brother, you're definitely a teacher. you know you got to be able to talk people from the surface all the way to in depth in what's going on. Like that's why we continue to like reach for our own potentials as well, because like the only reason I'm kind of I don't want to say upset, but I hear you because I do hear you. But like Sean, at this point, you are a teacher in this community. And you got to be able to talk people from the surface all the way to the in depth of the conversation we having. And I feel like it's times when I hate starting at the surface.
Definitely.
So
You have more patience than I do, and that is something I'm.
that's
working
something that y'all give me all the time,
am
but I really
working on
don't.
my patience.
I really don't. Yo, it's so funny that you say that because I really don't have more patience than y'all. I've already accepted the road that we in though. I think that's what I have more than y'all. It's not that I have, because I don't have no patience with that shit either. I mean, this nigga just asked me to motherfucking 24 break shit. I don't want to hear this shit.
Right.
But what I do realize is I'm here for a reason. Like, that's really why I be in certain situations. God got you here. God put me in this place right here to talk to you. So now you might hear me be a little more aggressively with my nigga. Do you realize what you just said to me? Do you realize what you just said to me? Because I want you to make sure you heard. I heard what you said. Did you hear what you said?
Right.
So now niggas is like backing up on some like, well, no, I'm just saying like I ain't with this, that, because they gonna double down on it. Every time something happens, they double down on it first.
We talked about that earlier.
Yeah. So once they double down on it, now I can tell you about how, nah. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. So I don't never think, bro, that I got more patience than you. I just have already accepted the road that God put us in. You know, and that's no knock to you, bro. It's not. It's something that come to all of us. Yeah, that's all. It's something. That's something that come to all of us differently.
So I just make sure you standing in front of me.
So I could do it first. Yeah, but I do that. You know me though.
Always.
You
That's
know
what we
me.
do.
You know me
We
enough
know.
to say,
what
hey.
happened when we was at Mykonos?
Yeah, I was the nigga who had to stand
And the
up
security guard.
Yeah, I got on
And
that
he
nigga.
fessed up.
Yeah, they're
y'all
being
right.
racist. Y'all being
Y'all
right. Yeah.
We,
But it
I
wasn't
just
that you
work
didn't
here.
feel me the same way you felt. Like
Right.
you didn't feel. It wasn't like you didn't feel the same way I felt.
Of course.
It's just the situation to where God put you. And I don't never ever question God. I question a lot of shit. I do. I don't never question God. When God put me in them situations, it's a reason why I'm here.
So let me ask you this. And me and Ralph talked about it on the show yesterday. We didn't bring it up today.
All right.
And when you talking about God, that's why I brought this up.
God
Ta-Nehisi
is great,
Coates.
man.
Ta-Nehisi Coates, somebody I admire. Great writer. Great books. He talked about, most people know him when he was talking about the reparations because he was in front of the legislature and all that stuff.
I know what you're talking
That's
about.
I'm reading the book now, which is one of his older books. I've read a couple of his books. I admire the dude to the fullest. In this book, he talks about why he is atheist.
Mm-hmm.
Would that change how you look at him based off of how you put faith into your God?
No.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that, and this is going to shock people. What ethnicity is he?
You black.
Right? He has already been taught that this God shit really don't matter. Because if you think about it, if you listen to the white teachings of God, God don't favor black people. If you listen to the normal, everyday white teachings of God, but I believe different. I believe I'm of his people, of his tribe. I'm from Judea. I'm reading what it say.
Versus that.
Yeah, I'm from Judah. Me and Yeshua come from the same lineage. Like the blood that ran through him ran through me. So I look at it different. I don't look at what them people told me. I look at what history say. I look at what I feel every day. I look at my connection to the Most High. I look at when I look up and say, God, I'm fucking up, man. Help me. You know what I'm saying? And he said, yeah, you are fucking up, little nigga. Because that's what he do. But he give you correction with that. You know what I'm saying?
Path. He ain't gonna be like, oh, nigga, you fucked up.
Nigga,
oh, well.
yeah, nigga, yo.
Take it out.
Little nigga, you fucking up. And they about to pop you on the ass for you fucking up. But it ain't like you don't know where you're supposed to be and where you're supposed to go. Like my connection with my creator, I can't speak on nobody else about that. Because my creation and my creator and my connection is different. Because I know when I wake up in the morning, And the days I say, man, yo, thank you for letting me be a part of this. 'Cause I don't do it every day, but I try to. I really do try to. That's something that I really try to wake up every day and be like, man, good looking for the next day, Pops. You know what I'm saying? I know what that means to me. And I also know that it gives me, I am entitled to be his servant and go out there and do his duty. So now when the shit pop up to me, like today when we had the conversation about what's going on, this, that, there, and the third, the thing we had with the car, like when that stuff pop up, I know I'm supposed to do that. You woke me up to do that. And I got to have that energy every time I realize that type of, you can't create motion by yourself. The motion that we create come from somebody else. You know what I mean? But we'll think that that's all us. My nigga, my motion come from the Most High. And that's why I'm always blessed and in favor. And he touched me up. The one thing I want people to understand, if you don't understand nothing else, when I get touched up by the Most High, it's because I'm a son and not a bastard. If I was a bastard, he wouldn't care. But when I start going down the wrong path, hey, bro. He tell me, yeah, man, tighten up, G. People don't look at that like the same way. So you can't really compare how I look at shit to how the everyday person might look at it because I'm connected to a higher connection. You feel me? I'm always I'm coming out here to do the right thing.
So to kind of reroute back to the original question.
My bad if I missed it.
We tend to do that.
I do, you know.
But it's okay. I like to bring people back.
Yeah, you bring it back.
Somebody that you admire, if you found out that they didn't believe in God, would that change how you looked at them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
How you think you got here?
I'm going to say this. So,
I just talked about Anthony Edwards.
yeah.
I'm disappointed in Anthony Edwards for some decisions he made. Mm-hmm. God put you in a place to be like of relevance. And what you said, what you chose to do with your relevance to say is, I don't want nothing to do with my kid. Come on, dog.
That ain't got nothing to do with God.
It do. You know why? Because God has got something to do with everything. Everything that you do, we make decisions. Like God gave us choice, bro.
Speaking to an atheist, that has absolutely
speaking
nothing
to an atheist don't mean that I ain't speaking about God. That's the thing that. Well, hold on. Let me finish. No, because you like I see where you going with this. Let me finish.
Give it to you.
Let me finish. Like speaking to an atheist don't mean that God don't exist. Mm-hmm. God don't exist to him.
Right.
God exists to me. Mm-hmm. So what I'm telling you is, in the world that I live in, and how things operate in what I live in, this is what God is and does. Right. What you saying is not provable. And I'm okay with you saying that. You know what I'm saying? Because proof to you ain't the same as proof to me. I know what God do. I know what God brought me through. I know who I am with God. I know what I've been without God. So it's not going to be the same. And it's not my job to prove to you, unless God give it to me, that God exists. That's not me. But what I can tell you is, when I moved from point A to point D, it was God through every step.
God is
you know what I mean? That's my job, to tell you what he did for me. Now, eventually you going to wake up one day and something going to be going on and you don't believe in God, and what you going to say is, you going to look up one day and say, Jesus, help me. God, help me. And what I'm saying is, you don't even believe in God, so why when shit get hairy, you calling him now?
Well,
you don't even believe. Again, so why you calling him?
I'm playing devil's advocate.
I know.
God, right?
I ain't taking nothing away from you, bro. Yeah, my bad.
You have scientists very intellectual scientists that say, if it's not something that I can put my hands on that's tangible, I can add it up and put this together and this and that, it's not real. Right? And what Ta-Nehisi was talking about was, he said
this is so easy. I got
he was atheist because he only dealt with what was happening in his life.
Yes.
The things that he dealt with on his day-to-day life and things of this nature. You know, it's still more down there. You want some ice? I'll get you some ice. I'm going to go get you some ice. Hold on a second.
I might need some ice in a minute.
I'm going to finish
this. I'm going to kill this. So.
Yes, I'm going to give you... Okay.
So y'all can finish.
Thank you. So, he was talking about the things that he deals with day to day that is in his face that has cultivated how he thinks and how he moves, and that's why he felt like God had nothing to do
With what was going
with
on.
what was going on.
Yeah, I respect that, man. That's his opinion.
Would that make you look at him any less?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the thing that and when we say less
Or different. Let's just say different.
less or different,
Yeah,
is
let's say
definitely
different.
it's definitely a change. And I want to explain my relationship with Yahshua and Yahweh and the Most High. I know I don't move without that relationship. I know I don't do. I know I don't complete. I know I can't do nothing without that relationship. What you're speaking of is a person who says that he has nothing to do.
Oh wow, just
I'm tall. Sorry.
Yes, you are.
pum
sorry.
pum pum.
We dealing with somebody.
Hit the light.
We dealing with somebody who says that their relationship with something that they don't understand or they don't believe in has nothing to do with it. So I want to break down something real quick. What's the definition of science? You know it? Science is the definition of our understanding of what happened. So to believe in straight science is to believe in that there's things that we understand everything. Like,
So dinosaurs exist
if that's what you feel.
from science, based off of
Yeah,
science.
that's what they say. They can put.
we
They got skeletons. But what I say that to
we
say,
grew off of we were apes.
yeah, that's what people believe. You know why they believe that? Because they believe in evolution. Like science is just really the definition of our understanding of what happened.
Okay.
That's what science like. When you break down science, that's what it is. But you know what? The thing that falls through with science is when they start talking about the unexplained. Because we ain't figured out some type of technology or some type of ideology that can explain it yet. And what most of us call that is God.
Eclipse just happened the other day.
The blood moon.
Right.
The blood moon.
You can't
No,
get
the
that.
blood, no. Science actually did because they can determine when it happens. So they understand that at a
But-
certain point, and that when this aligns
But
here, the
for that
moon's
to
gonna.
happen, that wasn't science. That was God that made
That
the
wasn't.
universe.
That wasn't God. In
To
fact-
make the universe be what it is.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm trying to explain to you is, if you go back to the 16, 14, 15, 1600s,
I didn't
blood
go back.
moon means it was death in the air. That's what blood moons meant. Niggas is dying tonight. That's been going on for centuries, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's what people forgetting. A blood moon meant death in the air. And if something correlates to death in the air as the blood moon is happening, it proves it. But they can tell you when the next blood moon gonna be, because science produced that.
Right.
The thing that people don't that forget about is when we can't explain what's happening next, or we don't explain what's going on, then we call it the unexplained. But that's God.
Right. That was my point.
Okay.
How did all that shit get there? That wasn't science. That was God.
But to people who believe in science alone, what they'll tell you is, if it's got there, we
Gases
can explain it.
And yeah, gas.
When they don't, but when they don't have the explained, they tell you it's the unexplained. And when I say that's God, they tell you God don't exist, bro.
Right.
But they don't have a reason for why it happened, but they'll tell you that it's not God. I believe in God. That's my you're not never gonna be able to tell me that God don't exist. Because even if you believe in the Big Bang and evolution, who started the Big Bang?
Right.
They don't never have no answer for none of that. Oh, all the molecules got so hot that they had the explosion occurred and then all of this stuff happened. You know what I mean? And on some realness, if you think we the only people out on the earth, something wrong with you too. Because all of this happened and we are one in a 1 billion trillionth chance of being the only people who survived it, or the only people that had a situation where the sun was right there and we could survive.
So you're saying we got aliens?
It's absolute. It's gotta be. You think you're the only people in the universe?
I'm not.
You thinking-
I'm not in a sober enough state to have this.
No.
So
You're not gonna not have this conversation because you're not sober enough. But what I'm saying is when you really think about the odds of stuff, but people who
I
talk
get
about
what you're saying.
science,
Right.
Science people talk about odds and what's happening, but they ain't gonna say how are you the only people that made it.
So right. So based
How?
off of what you're saying, and I'm gonna jump on your coattail. If we're able to evolve based off of the things that was already put here for us on Earth, why do you think that no other entities could be living mechanisms on other planets?
I don't, because I know God is great, and I know God can create anywhere. Like people forget that, like we call it, like God is a title. Like that's the thing that people forget. Like we talk about God. God is a title. You know what I mean? Like Lord is a title. This is stuff that if you go back and throughout our own history, like you've heard people calling themselves. My bad. Am I going too far?
You good, Chris?
Am I going too far? I'm good. When people start telling themselves gods and titles and lords, like when they telling y'all that they was all of this stuff, like that stuff is title. When I talk about Yahshua, I talk about like the supreme Elohim. Like, you know what I mean? I talk about somebody who has a real name. Like if you believe in the Bible, if you believe in this stuff, if you believe in that, then you understand what God, that God means. Gods create. We create every day. You a God, you a God, you a God, I'm a God. Gods create every day. That's why it's okay, like when you go into 5%ers and they'll tell you about us being gods, it's because we was built in his image. So why would he build us in his image and not be able to create the same way that he does in his image? But we are not the creators of all. It's a difference. You feel me?
I think that's where it gets misconstrued because people conflate God with Jesus, right? And so Jesus, and even in the Bible, put no God before me. But you got Buddhists, you got other religions that have other gods that they believe in. Even if we look at Isis and Hero and all of these things, but when we read the St. James, you know where I'm going with this. That's why you're laughing. When we read the St. James and the doctrine that they push on us, in there, he says, put no God before me. Right?
So,
but when you go to Japan, when you go to Israel, you go to Egypt, with Allah, and you know, there are other gods, but if I'm going to go strictly off of Christianity, I'm not supposed to believe all this other
let me
stuff.
jump in. In the Bible and in the Quran, there's a story about the Tower of Babel. I don't know if y'all are very familiar with the Tower of Babel story, but everybody spoke the same language before the Tower of Babel. When people thought they could build something high enough to be with God, he destroyed it and gave us all different languages.
Okay.
So, I want to say this with the utmost respect. Whether you're saying God, Allah, Elohim, because Elohim is really the supreme being. Like there are certain names and words we use because really God don't even exist, but like Lord, God, that was stuff that people gave themselves in certain situations.
Oh, you want to know what? Okay.
Lord and God was like people, you could be Lord of the land, you could be God of an area, but you wasn't God of all.
Okay.
So Allah has that, and so does, you know, as we see God, or as we see Elohim, like as we see certain things, like I'm gonna challenge you to go back and watch X-Men with what's my man? Man, now I'm forgetting. Remember he said, to some I'll be known as the Supreme Elohim. My man, who's the biggest god in X-Men? The X-Men. It was their last joint.
In X-Men, it had to have been...
You know who I'm talking about. And I just can't think of his name.
Okay.
The main, he was like that, really that dude. Like, but like he was like he was the first mutant. That's what they called him.
Oh, you talking about...
I know you know what I'm talking about.
Egypt.
Yeah.
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse told you I go by many names.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you remember that? Remember he said that. And that's
I'm glad you brought up this comic book reference because people look at me crazy when I
When you
talk
talk
about
about
comic book, but they don't understand that they
That
use
stuff
real
becoming-
life.
yeah, they use real
and
life.
They just animate the shit.
That's
and
all
people
it
like,
is.
oh, this is comic books. This is kiddie stuff. No,
Nah.
this is real life.
Nah, Apocalypse spoke about me in the supreme Elohim. Like he spoke of something called me Elohim. Elohim is like that. Like, I'm the person who created it all. That's what Apocalypse was saying in that moment. I'm God. So that's why everything that comes from me is a part of me. Like that's what that all goes back to. You know what I'm saying? Just to give it a modern flair on something that we love as kids, and you know what I mean. But I say all this to say, listen, it's in the Bible, man. It tells you that we create and we are like we were formed in His image. So if I create you in my image, I expect you to be able to create. But as the person who creates all, this is what I do. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be wrong, so I don't want to quote the exact scripture because I kind of think I know it, but I don't. So I don't want to do that. But like those are the things that we never look into as people living our everyday lives, because a lot of people don't want to believe that it's a supreme being. You know why? Because we can't explain it. We have 1, 2, 3 equals fucking 5. Or 6, I should say. We have done that to the point to where if it don't equate mathematically, it don't make sense. That's really our biggest problem. Our biggest problem is we don't want to believe that nothing that our science can't define science, because science is just our understanding of what happened. That's all science is. Because we don't want to understand our science that it didn't happen like that. So that's how we always get back to here, to this point. We get back to this point right here, right now, because we don't believe that science cannot explain how we're here. I don't need science. I believe in God. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. But I am one person out of billions on this planet. And everybody don't feel the same way I feel. Some people feel like we came up from monkeys. Some people, it's not possible. If we would have came up from monkeys would keep evolving too. And I'm not saying they're not, because that's going to be what people say. You know what I mean? But it shouldn't be a gap between us and monkeys this far apart. Unless it was a specific case of monkeys. Yeah. I don't believe that. You know what I mean? We here speaking, doing, living the way we are because God said this is what y'all supposed to do.
And then we tend to look back at monkeys and gorillas. It's like, oh, they have human characteristics.
It's just like we resemble it. White people resemble birds.
Exactly. So
And
it's
black
like
people resemble monkeys.
No, we don't.
I don't know why.
We're not
It's
de-evolizing, if that's a word. I just created a word.
You did.
Yeah, I did.
De-evolutionizing.
De-evolutionizing. This is something that God created
Yeah.
and has moved on from.
But if I can't explain it as a believer in science, it can't be real. Like
In
people,
science.
that's in science.
In science. So if we had Degrassi here right now.
If Degrassi
he'd
was
be
here
all
right
down
now,
his
yeah.
throat.
And he'd be all down my throat.
Yeah.
He has all scientific evidence to prove that what I'm saying is wrong, but he can't explain the in-between shit. Mm-hmm. I can't either. But I said it's God, so that's my explanation. You feel me? When I say God did the part that we don't understand. He says,
I can't touch it.
I can't,
and I can't
physically prove it.
So it doesn't exist.
I fuck with Degrassi.
Me too.
That's one of my guys. Like one of my, you put my YouTube up. That nigga.
But I've also been touched by the spirit, which is gonna lead me to say, I get what you saying, bruh. But at the same time, I know this dude just hit me head on. Head on. His car was smashed to bits, and mine was nothing. I just had a fender bender. That was God. That wasn't no, science.
Well, I can tell you how you got from A to C and physically how it happened, but I can't tell you what happened from A to B to C. And that's what science is.
Right.
And I don't disrespect. I'm a science major. Like I'm a nigga who really believed in science.
And your
But
favorite rapper out of the Wu-Tang is
The Jizza,
who is
a
a
scientist. Scientist.
look. You think look? I know this stuff. Okay.
You do.
I know
You do.
this stuff.
But I just say only reason I laugh at it is because you have to understand the difference between people not what they call unexplained. To me, I call God. It's just got a different name. You know what I mean? I'm a cool dude, man. I be chilling. Like y'all know me, man. Everybody, if you on the live or if you on, y'all know me. I'm chilling. But I believe in God, man. I wouldn't be nothing today without His hand being on me. And I don't say that. And to be honest with you, I tell somebody, yo, you are too. You ain't nothing without what He said He wanted you to be. So He's like, yo, it's just about us going out here and tapping into our potential and being like the person that like we was set out to be. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, man. Like I talk about it all the time, man. And Sean to tell y'all, I've never been on any stage or platform ever in my life and not had God with me. Because without Him, none of the messages would have came through. And you know the stages I've been on, and like, you know, I'm
Big
like,
stages.
lightweight embarrassed by it because it's like, yo,
Your humility
I'm
is
really a regular nigga.
level.
I'm really a regular
Because somebody,
nigga.
another dude that
I'm
was
really-
in your space would be like, yeah, I did this, I did that.
Can't say
And
that.
You're so humble with it.
I can't say that I would have been, because I ain't nothing without God, man. Like
You
and
went in
that's
front of
for sure.
Congress.
I went in front of Congress.
You went in front of Congress. Like we not.
I went in front of Congress
we don't
and
play
bucked.
you down.
Like I bucked.
Right, we
Like,
don't play
for
you
real, I was
down.
bucking, I
you
know.
humble yourself. We don't.
No,
me, Ralph,
no,
Orlando,
because-
we don't play you down. You went in front of Congress.
Right. But what I'm saying, what I'm trying to explain is when I get in front of them stages, man, and I represent the people that I love, like you, like y'all, like on them situations and them stages, bro, that's tougher than you think to stand on something, to really stand. And when them people say, well, what about this? And you be like, nah, what about this? Like, that's tough. But I just say that to say, like God put me in a space to be able to speak for people that really wasn't speaking for themselves. And for that, man, like, I'ma always be grateful. Because who would have thought that a little nigga from Bailey and Kensington would have been able to even be in that situation? Like that, because that's really at the end of the day what I am. Like, you know what I'm saying? I say my hood, people don't go up and be like, yo, the Ave! But the people from the Ave be like, yo, he shouted out the Ave. Because it's not like it's a known area. Well, how many people will really be out like, yo, bro, represented for his hood, for his block, for his people, for the people who never even seen his block? Like I was real about that, man. And that's something that any opportunity I get something to say something about, I'ma always represent for the people who I grew up with and how we grew up and what's going on and people who grew up like me. So
let me change gears real quick. I'm gonna start with you, Chrissy. Chrissy,
Thank you.
based
Thank you.
off of, because we have done a show and a half by now. What are your thoughts about?
Let me get
And
out
we
of
just
that.
changing gears completely. You good?
no, I want to get out of it. I want to
Changing
get
gears
out of
completely. How do you look at Flex based off of what you have seen and experienced today?
How do I look at him? Like, he's a real upstanding guy. Like, I believe in his vision. I believe in something he say. Like, he's really, like, heartfelt. Like, so it's a lot of things that
Thank
from our conversation from when I got here, from him coming at me in the podcast.
about the mechanic.
From even when we was talking about the whole, job stuff and whatever, it's like a lot of things that he said, he's really passionate about what he's in. Like, so he's somebody that I will literally be in tune with to actually like see what else he has going on with. To be honest.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
He's very passionate about a lot of stuff that he does, and he actually speaks with conviction and with truth, and he actually comes behind. Like, he's not just trying to sell you a dream. Like, he actually comes with, like, evidence and, like, this
If
and
he's
this
talking
is
about a
gonna happen.
problem, he's
The hustle come with the dream, baby. So, hey, all y'all do that scam and hustle thing, you can't just scam this, bro. The hustle come with the dream. The dream come with the hustle, bro. We gotta make it work together, collectively.
I don't like the guy. I'm gonna tell you, he from Buffalo.
I am. I'm from the town,
He
baby.
came down here.
Much love.
And he was on the whole, you know, he hung out with people on the low. He was with them. He was
I was
cool,
Helen and
all that
Delow.
stuff.
I was with them boys.
I still don't like him.
Yeah,
I'm from
I was.
Copper Pot. I don't like him, but I love him. Let me tell you why I love him. I'm gonna tell you why I love him.
He always got to do the most, man.
I'm gonna tell you why I love him. Me and him haven't talked in a minute. It's been a minute. But this is somebody I love. So, you know, people that you love, you ain't got to talk to them every day. You know what I'm saying? But
Jump
in
in,
real
man.
life, he had some stuff going on. I knew about it. He didn't tell me about it, but I knew about it because we got other family members, not blood related, that we talk to each other. So we know what's going on with each other at all times. Reached out to him on a regular. He don't answer his phone.
Never.
Never.
Everybody
so when I
know
reached out
that.
to him,
Everybody know
he
that.
didn't answer his phone.
Everybody know that.
I didn't take offense. I didn't take no
You didn't
offense.
take no
to it.
offense.
I knew what it was. I said, I give him time.
Yeah.
A month later, this brother called me.
I'm on late.
He found out through that same family that I was dealing with some stuff. A lot of stuff that was going on in my life. He called me, and let's just say that conversation, 45 minutes?
Yeah,
Almost
maybe
to an hour?
30, 40 minutes, an hour, something like that.
And it ended with, brother, I love you.
Yeah, I do.
And I don't
do.
think us as men do that enough to say, look, let me call and check on you, and we finna dig into the real shit. During
Yeah.
that 45 minutes to an hour, we dug into the real shit.
That's a fact.
On both sides. Not just me,
You got to pee now?
not just him.
You old. You old.
Say, hey.
You old. Go take your old
Don't
ass.
say oh.
But we dug into the real stuff of what was going on in our lives. And I'm talking about the transparency of just saying, yeah, man, I was hurt by this. I wasn't feeling this. I didn't like that. I was down on this.
Down bad.
Bad on both sides. And we just had the conversation. And I think that needs to happen more with men. To be transparent and be completely honest with the
What's she
people
on the
that
phone
you're close
calling?
with. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she on the phone?
She on the phone.
She on the phone. Let's see.
Look at her. Y'all know I'm on it today, boy. Y'all caught me on the wrong day.
Then what we do? So that's all I wanted to say, man. I'm gonna talk shit about him all the time.
That's my
But
man,
I
though.
do that because I love him.
Yeah.
If I didn't like him, I wouldn't say shit about him.
Yeah.
So when I knock him, when I knock anybody that I'm around, it's because I love them and I care about them. Because when the real shit happens,
We
we
there
know
for
we
each other.
can we gonna have each other's backs.
Yeah.
And when it's time for us to have the real conversations, we have the real conversations. And I think as
Facts.
grown men, we need to learn how to have those real conversations with anybody,
Facts.
whether it's your homeboy, your girl, your wife, whatever. Have those real conversations because it is necessary in order for you to move ahead in your own life, in your personal growth. Make that shit happen,
Facts.
man. Make it
Facts.
happen. That's all I got.
Adding on to that, man, I love Sean, man. I love just everything that we go through, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't tell you this even all the time, bro, but like, just that whole situation and how it played out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing that you was here for me even when I wasn't there for you to tell you to be here for me. I appreciate that.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, so like
We ain't gonna make this no whole meal. You know.
Nah, we can though. We can though. Like I don't give a fuck what niggas think. Like nigga, if it's a bromance, I fuck with that nigga, man. Just so y'all know, I fuck with my man, and I knew he was here for me, and when I needed him, I could always call him. So that's like I'm just saying, that's just love, bro. And I appreciate you, bro. Like, real talk, man. Nigga was down. Now, everybody, like, the niggas who know, but nigga was down. And, like, I already knew who was there for me, man. And I appreciate that, man. And that's love. I don't got nothing else to say about that.
Okay. Chrissy, what you got on your mind? Because you
Chrissy don't got nothing to
Look, this is her first time.
Chrissy don't got
in the
nothing to
Soundproof
say.
Hunger Room.
Chrissy is very LI right now.
She's
She's very political.
In the Soundproof Hunger Room. And like I said, she was a virgin today. But she got the after show. Most people be like, all right, thanks. We had a good time. And they had, but she hung out.
Chrissy,
even
tell us
longer.
about the mechanic you was fucking.
We done with the mechanic. So don't even address that. So my question
The only
was,
reason I said it like that is because that's where niggas is looking at it from.
no. Chris,
The mechanic you was fucking. Mechanic you was fucking.
So based off of
How good was he? Because I got a transmission that's kind of fucked up, and I can't fuck the nigga. But I'm just saying that I need a little.
If you ain't got a foreign, he can't help you.
Ooh, see, that's why I don't fuck with Jamaicans, man.
BMWs. Jamaicans, BMW.
BMWs
Come on, man.
all day, baby. BMWs all day.
Anyway, based off of what I was saying, you was in the soundproof. You saw how we move. You got 3/4 of the Infinity and
Gauntlet,
the
yeah.
soundproof
You
Hunger
felt
Room
it.
is.
How did you feel about your time today?
How was your time?
Your show's actually great. I actually enjoyed my segment with you guys. I have no complaints. It was good energy, good vibes. We all meshed well. All three of you guys have totally different points of view.
Ah, that's a fact.
That's the beauty.
That's a fact.
That's the beauty.
That's a fact.
Totally different points of view, totally different personalities. So
And she didn't even get the fourth.
She didn't get the Power Stone.
Yeah, you ain't get none
You
of
didn't
the
get the
Power
Power
Stone.
Stone.
I'm with him on that.
18th wasn't there today, so
yeah, so like that's good. Like that's and that's how it should be when it comes to like shows like that. Even with my show, it's like everybody's different. You got married, you got single, you got people who that's just like I don't want to say a yes man.
And you got people that's fucking
You
with the
got
mechanics. Like, I'm with you. Can we give a shout out to 18th? Because 18th, I brought your energy, bro. You better not tell me I didn't.
Listen, if I was fucking a mechanic, I would have a brand new fucking car.
Why? So you have a brand new car that's broke instead of an old car that's broke?
No.
18th.
No.
Like, they're not understanding what we doing.
He will take that car and bring me a brand new one.
Listen, I know you Jamaican, right? But let me tell you something about you. You don't have a raggedy ass 88 motherfucking car too, nigga. That motherfucker like look like classic and shit. But you Jamaican. So I already know what this getting ready to be. Yo, your shit fly.
I know.
But it's broke. Oh, I love how she got her hand over her face. She can't take it. She can't. Look at Shorty. Look at Shorty. Shorty got her hand over her face. Like, and then you
It's
can't
not
see
broke.
it.
It's fixed because I have a good mechanic. My
No.
car is. You don't listen.
That
my
nigga
car
and motherfucker making sure your insides work. Your car motherfucker just running. Yo, you can't tell. Yo, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Just apologize to the people.
I'm sorry. Well, I loved you as a
For
guest.
the record, I am not fucking my mechanic. He's fucking 7. He's old. Like not to say I'm not into older people. Not to say that I'm not into old. But
Yo, old niggas, give me a fist in the motherfucking chat right now. Old niggas.
Come state your point.
I
We're gonna get out of here. When you state your point, we're gonna get out of
Old
Not to
niggas.
say that I'm not into older men, but no.
Old niggas, give me a fist in the chat when you see this.
This guy, he's been running this for a few hours now, but no. My car was just being fixed because it actually needed maintenance.
I'm sure it did.
I didn't need maintenance. I'm well taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very well tuned up.
So the tune-up game is good, mechanics.
All right, we got it.
Yeah.
Very well.
And she every bit of 5'10", nigga. So I'm just telling you, you gotta have.
Don't underestimate me.
What is it?
I'm
5?
6 foot.
Oh,
She is not 6 foot.
I am.
okay. Y'all can. Hey, Y'all can stand up. What do you? Okay, this is what we doing. Y'all stand up.
And how tall are you?
She 5'10", baby. She
And then when
5'10",
I'm
baby.
taller than you.
It's not a problem, baby.
She
It's
got you,
this.
Flex. Yeah,
It's
she got
this.
you.
It's
What?
this,
No,
baby.
no. She got you,
But
Flex.
when we come from here,
No,
she's
Flex.
5'10".
No, she got you.
But let me tell y'all something.
Her mouth is at your nose.
Her mouth?
Yeah, it's at your
No,
nose.
I ain't gonna do that. Yo, her mouth.
She
Hey,
got you.
let me tell you. I'm slouching a little bit for you. I want you to win.
So you ain't been to your chiropractor. I ain't been to the
I
chiropractor.
want you to win, Mama. I just want to let y'all know that ain't what y'all think it is, but it is a little more than you used to.
Hey,
On that note, have a good night,
Exactly.
you guys.
exactly. We appreciate y'all, man. This was something different.
And follow Sex, Love, and Alcohol for all your sexual needs, how to pleasure a man, how to take care of yourself.
She ain't talking about none of that.
Same sex, I got you too.
She ain't talking about none of that. But real quick, before you go, yo, you talk about pleasuring a man, right?
Oh boy. Have a good night, you guys.
No.
And this is what Hunger Room After Dark.
Do you include the balls?
But
Excuse me?
Do you include the balls in the pleasure?
It's whatever you like.
Oh,
okay, I'm gonna have to cut this out because this
We gotta
ain't
go.
going along- Yeah, this ain't going along with
We
what we
gotta
just did. We was just talking about God and they ain't talking about balls. He's adding balls in the equation of sex. So
balls is godly. Your show lost it. Balls is godly. You ain't talking about balls, it ain't godly. That's funny. I'm done. I can't.
I apologize.
again, people, we appreciate y'all hanging out. That was a special, and we'll definitely say that was soundproof after hours. That's literally what it was. This is the first time y'all got this. Soundproof after hours. Y'all might get a little bit more of this. You never know. But this is the first, and it was great. It was beautiful. We had a good time.
5'10".
And so
How
again,
are you taking height away from me?
and they still going. But anyway, man, we appreciate y'all. We gonna get up with y'all. Y'all know what I say. Hold it in the
You
road.
said my lips was at your.
Hold it in the
Hold on, let me
road.
see.
They still going.
Let me see.